Great is it to be back? I guess that's a simple question.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I'm really excited for the opportunity tonight, and finding out yesterday I was called up on Thanksgiving was pretty remarkable. I got to come home, have a meal with my family, and I'm just really excited to be here and get going.
A lot to be thankful for around that table, I would guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My mom was expecting, I think, 2 people for Thanksgiving, and then I told her I was coming. My sister and her fiance came, my aunts and uncles. We ended up with like 15 of us. Bill Sweezy was there.
That's cool. Carson, we talked before about how you had to bulk up and maybe play a different role over the last couple of years. Now you're scoring as well. What has added that scoring punch to your game here as this season unfolds?
I think it's just confidence. I put on the weight, I put on the strength, and then I try to change my game to be physical, and I think I was so focused on it, it took away from maybe my offensive creativity, but I've been able to find a good balance so far in Cleveland this year, and where I've been able to do both, rather successfully in my eyes. So hope to just continue that, keep gaining confidence.
There are a lot of you guys, you, Trey, Bemmer when he came up. I mean, there are a lot of you guys who have found your scoring touch. What is it in the water there in Cleveland that has allowed you guys to find that offensive success as a group?
I don't know. I mean, part of it's definitely the coaching staff. They let us be creative. They let us try things. If we make a mistake, they're not going to harp on us as much if we're trying something offensively. If we mess up the D zone, that's a different story. But so I think just having the confidence of the coaches behind you, kind of letting you try things, and then that paired with we've got a lot of really really high end players down there with the beginning of the season. Gonser, Fixie, Bemmer. Marshy's still there, so you're just surrounded by really good players who are also going to make high-end plays. So I think all of us doing it together helps a lot.
So now at this level, what gets your focus? Both, or do you try to play a more physical game, or which gets your attention most?
Definitely more physical. If I want to try things offensively, I'm going to have to earn that. But for now, I think just bring energy, play physical, compete. Be responsible. Those things.
Carson, speaking of that, the line that you're on tonight with Cole Sillinger and Yegor Chinnikov, you talk about talented guys. Of course, Chinnikov is finding the back of the net with the puck there. You think with that physical aspect you have, you can add a good element to that line and maybe benefits from some rebounds or something like that?
Yeah, I think I can be a good complement to those players. They're both great players, a lot of skill between the two of them. So, I think I can bring some physicality, win some board battles maybe, and just try and get those guys the puck tonight.
What's it feel like to be the old guy on that line?
It's a weird feeling. The older guy, but they've got far more games than me so far in this league. So, I maybe look to them for some wisdom at times, even though I've got a few years on them.
What was your mindset coming out of training camp? You were one of the last cuts, then had to go down to Cleveland.
Yeah. I think it was a good lesson. I was obviously it's disappointing when you find out you're not making the team, but I was able to walk out of there, my head held high. I knew I gave it just about everything I had, and had I gotten cut and had a bad camp, that would have been pretty frustrating, a lot of regret. But knowing that I was that close and didn't make it was reassuring for me, and just gave me a lot of confidence to start the season. So I was pretty happy with how it went. I knew the situation with the depth here, so I understood it completely, and I'm just happy that I get another chance here.
Right, I think you liked most of the game the other night. What do you build on from there, other than maybe looking at closing on a few of those scoring opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I went through the video again, watched it. What we gave up wasn't much. I mean, I had the chances were even. It was an even game. The 2 goals they get in the third, it's a 4-man screen on Corpy. I think it hits a little bit of Bemmer's stick, but he doesn't see it. The last one goes off a toe cap, and then they get an empty netter. So that was the difference. It wasn't. I think we played well. The chances were even. What we gave up, I really like that. That's what we got to carry over into a game like tonight.
Carson going to go right into the lineup tonight?
He is, yep.
He's been another one of these guys down from Cleveland who's been scoring a lot. Do you look for him for scoring punch, or do you look for him more as a physical guy?
I think he's one of those guys. Remember we talked about Kemp, one of the hard ones to let go? Yeah. He was that guy for me. He was, I thought as Kemp went, he's got better and better and better. He's getting more confident in himself, and you can see it in his play. And the big message was to make sure that he played the same way down there. Sometimes it's hard. Your role gets bigger, you get more ice time, but how he needs to play, assertive, physical, kind of relentless on the pucks, and from all reports he's doing that, and he's getting the production. I think he's got 17, 18 points, something like that, and he's ninth in the league in scoring. He's been steadily getting better. Came in tremendous shape. He's earned his way back here. I'm excited to see him.
Brad, rest of the lineup, are you getting Chinakhov back?
Yeah, Chinny's in, Foodie's out.
Korpisalo's net?
Yep, same on the D.
So with Foodie, is this a case of a player trying to catch up because he had to recover from injuries last year, trying to catch up with the game? Where is he at with you in that sense?
Yeah, I just need more from him. That's really where it comes down to. It's not. We know he can skate. He's got great legs, but it's more than just skating. You got to impact the game in a lot of different ways. He missed a lot of hockey last year, so yeah, I do think there is some catch up. I watched Gus Nyquist go through it last year, and he missed a whole year of hockey, came back, and it took a while. It wasn't from a lack of work; it was just timing. It's all those elements in the game, within the game, that he had to get better at. And Foodie could be in that category too. Just not enough in his game that he's impacting on the positive side of it. I know there's more there, and so that's the decision tonight.
In that situation, it'd probably be beneficial for him and you guys developmentally if he could maybe spend some time in Cleveland, but maybe that's not you got to put him on waivers, obviously. How tough is that situation as a coach, knowing that this guy would probably benefit from playing a lot, but you can't really risk putting him on the waivers?
I'm just taking a day at a time. You put a lot of thought into that, obviously, but yeah, I mean he's a guy. It's not his first year pro, right? So he's been around a little bit, been banged up, so he's gonna have to find his way here.
Yep. And then shifting over to Bemstrom. I mean, obviously he had I think 2 goals, 4 points in 7 games. What was it? I mean, he had a tough game last game, obviously. What was it that kind of prompted the move back to Cleveland this time?
A lot what I just said about Foodie. There's more to his game, and it's not just by points. I mean, if you look at some of the games, I thought he started out real strong when he came back in his game. He had lots of opportunity playing with some really good players on our team, first unit power play, but again, there's both sides of it in how he has to play, and just not enough with the puck, away from the puck, some details. So that's the decision we came to.
Anyone else?
Yep. Good.
Thank you.